Anyway, I took the bumper off. I had to cut it off with a torch because the bolt. I mean, I cut off the bolts because they're all rusted. But here's what I found. You know, I was wondering, did this happen with the tow truck? I don't know. I don't think so. So here's the bumper. It was cut. I think somebody cut it to try to bend it. Anyway, it's attached here, 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 and there. So this piece, so again, we're looking at the inside of the bumper. This piece goes like that. This one goes on this side. Like that. And this piece goes like that. And there was some kind of cam bolt. If you know what a cam bolt is, when you turn it, it moves in and out. I had to burn it off. So I could fix this. If I don't have any more pieces, I can just repair this. Anyway, I'm just showing how this car goes together. So the problem was getting up in here was a bitch. I mean, I couldn't, and they were frozen tight. I just said the heck with it. So that's how it goes together. So the bumper, I think, is shot. This piece, I don't have another one of these. I mean, I could probably fix it. We'll just see. I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to get organized. So then I'll show you what else I found. So I think I showed this. I can't remember. Anyway, that's bent. Here's the transmission mount. This is bent. I mean, that looks like it's... I'm just wondering if this just happened. I don't know. And then somebody added there's air shocks on here. I'm not sure if these are stock or not. Air shock goes up into the trunk right there. Then somebody added the electric fuel pump. Or else it came that way. I don't know enough about these cars yet. So again, I only have so much time, but I wanted to put... I'm just going to explain what's going on. So when I picked these cars up, I just put the hood and the bumpers on that table. But I need that table free. So I was thinking about mounting this just back on the car, but I don't have the bolts. So I looked inside the car, and there was an old box that had collapsed, and there was bolts laying on the floor. So I took those bolts, and I made this for my last car. These have been sitting in here for like, they were all greasy, and so I think I put these in here on Saturday. Today's Monday. So these were black, covered with grease. Anyway, that's what I did with those. Another thing I discovered, you see these lights? Solid red plastic. Oh, and here's some of the bolts. This is what the bolts look like that go through the bumper. You know, the shiny ones that you can see. This is just more stuff I got out of the car. Like this side right where I'm pointing. Well, I'm going to zoom in on it. Someone put red tape on there. So luckily I got a spare. And the reason I took this bumper off, oh, another thing is I guess it came factory with this piece of rubber. I don't know what you call it. Some kind of rain water guard. I don't think it went all the way across. But the reason I took the bumper off, well, I think this is a stock bumper, by the way. I mean, muffler. I mean, when have you last seen a muffler like that? But the reason I took it off, it's up in the air right now, is because I'm going to be working on this fender. And you can see, I couldn't get behind the bumper. But I got metal here I can use. And the license plate is a little crooked. Some dents. Little dents in this stuff. So I don't really have any plan right now. I'm still getting organized. What I'm thinking is I'm going to go through these bolts that I just showed you. And I'm just going to see if I can bolt these fender and hood on. I'm not saying I'm going to do it right now, but again, this was in the trunk of this car. Let me see if I can zoom out. Dang camera. Okay, so we're going to look down at the bottom. This is the radiator support. So I'm going to try not to go out and buy a bunch of bolts. So I want to know, I mean, all I really need is 2 bolts to hold this on. That's all that really holds it on. One there, one there. So that's where I am. Again, there's no real organization to this right now. Oh, and then I started building an engine startup stand, but I think I might have it too tall. I mean, well, here's my knee is right. This goes right up to the bottom of my knee. I wanted the engine stand where I could work on the engine without having to bend over because my back's not that great. But I think this is maybe too tall. I might cut these legs. Anyway, that's the start of that. So my plan is on this, I'm going to work on the body. I don't even care about the engine right now. I don't even know if I care about this engine. But it'd be fun to take that engine. Oh, and I made this long enough where you can put the transmission on it. But it'd be fun to take that engine and that transmission out, put it on this stand, start it up, and just play with it. So my plan is I'm going to make gauges, and it's going to be a fuel tank, a radiator, a battery. It's totally something I could use again and again and again if I ever wanted to. So far I got 160 bucks into that. So I'm going to say this one more time for anybody that's thinking about rebuilding a car. I took this off last week sometime, and then I got busy doing something else. But it's so easy to forget what goes where. So I suggest, again, you take pictures, or you bolt this together like where these bolts are missing. I should bolt it together. It doesn't matter if I'm going to use these parts or not. This is the template. Because once you get a pile of parts like in that car, I don't know where any of that stuff goes. Somehow get organized before I tear off any more stuff and really get confused. Oh, the other thing I need to do is the next thing whenever I get to it. That piece of trim right there, I got to figure out how to get that off of there. So eventually I'm not going to show this every time, but I think I said in an earlier video that I bought these on eBay. So I was just talking about the bumper. We'll just do the bumper. So body fits in seats 17. Let's see if it's in my opinion, but this is showing the brackets. So anyway, you got that view. Just looking at it real quick. And here's that cam piece I was talking about. You see the holes on the bottom? So when you turn it, it must move this back and forth, the bumper in and out. But then, so now going to this book. So just looking through the other book. On the last page, here's the bumper. So, and this has all the parts numbers, but I'm sure the part numbers are no good because who sells parts for a car 40 years old? But again, this is an illustrated view. So, and like I said, just pretend like it's a year from now and I'm putting this back together and I know a cam bolt goes there. Point is, mark your parts, take pictures, get some books, and again, if you have a complete car, you're better off to buy a complete car, even if it's junk, if you want to build a new car or build a car, because at least you know where every single piece, it doesn't matter if it's junk, what matters is you know where it goes. So anyway, this side trim, there's a bolt there, and then I don't know what that is, like a push-in clip. Another thing I noticed about this car, the smell, it's not moldy, it has that old car smell, like old seats. Yeah, this is pretty much an original car. It's pretty amazing to me. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I found. I took off that bolt right there. Or that nut. So that's got a bolt in it. This has got a clip on it. It isn't holding anything. Why is this thing crooked? But everything is made really solid on this car. It's amazing to me. When I went to pop out that second nut, this thing just popped out. So what I want to know is, can I get these things out of here? Plastic. It just broke. So old. You see where that fender pushed in? Again, somebody probably sells these things. So they were push-in. But again, I hate to keep saying this, but let's say you bought a car, the trim was off, all these pieces are missing. It makes it really difficult. At least now I know what I'm kind of looking for. And it looks like they, let's see here, how'd this go? Like that, you can see where I am. I'm wondering, they just pop her out, they don't do anything. So are these the wrong ones, or? But I think you can make your own. Let's see if I can show you that. I don't know if this will focus. That one snapped out. want to take the whole door for it. This one has one of those springs in it that I was showing you earlier. So I got the trim off. I don't know if I showed it all. But there was 2 bolts. I don't know what was here originally. There was 2 of these types. A bunch of these types. And then one of those spring type was down at the other end. But anyway, I'm not going to replace the whole fender. I don't need to. That's why I got that car. So I'm thinking it's going to be cut right here somewhere. So I'm going to get a level or a straight edge. I'm trying to determine what is bent over there. This is almost perfect. But I don't think it's completely square. I mean, level. From here to here, from that door to here. What about here is straight. And then it appears to go in. So, from here to here is straight, and that goes in. Let's look at the other side. So, right about here, this should be a straight from there to there. It's not. Somewhere there's a dent in here. And then from here to here, there's a dent here. Now let's look at the other car. Yeah, good from there to here. So, what does that mean to me? What do I want to do? What am I doing here? I think I need to cut this up here. I gotta show them this is good. I don't see any Bondo up here. I mean, if it was hit, it'd probably collapse here. It didn't push here. That trunk gap. Let me look at the other side. I mean, it's wider here. Let me show you the other side. There goes my level. This is a solid trunk. I love it. See, this is where the fenders are in the way. Well, you can see the curve. There's a curve right here. So that's okay. So what do I think? I think I got a cut right here somewhere. So now I want to take this piece off. Which I think that's what's holding this on. We'll find out. So now I'm getting into other parts. What's nice is these are coming right out, which is really amazing. Amazing. How come they're not all rusted out? It must be aluminum. Let me get a magnet. That's metal. That is too. Why aren't these rusty? Okay, now I can still be able to pull this out. You see that? I'm just wondering if I can straighten some of this stuff. It's really soft. But anyway, that's what I needed to get off. I'm looking at how this quarter panel is held together, and I think that this is part of this. So that means I got to break all the welds. Again, this is what is the easiest. This needs to be replaced. So if I do that, I gotta break all the welds down here, down here. So I'm gonna think about that. I'm just gonna end this video here. Again, I'm not in any rush, but I don't want to suffer. I want to do this as smart as I can, and I don't know anything about what I'm doing, except I'm good at taking pieces apart and putting them together.